if you didn't do these things in your 20s and 30s, you might be going down the wrong path in life.
That sounds terrible, but you do not have to have a terrible life. As someone in your 30s and 40s, which I'm assuming you guys are if you're watching this, you have the time now to reflect on how you might have messed up and what you want to do now. So we're going to be talking about lessons from our 20s and 30s that now we finally figured some things out.
Yeah, absolutely. First up is front load, front load, front load. So front load everything. The 20s, that's your years to grind, to get everything done, to get the perfect credit score, to get into the job, career field that you want, and just to go ham. You don't want to end up in your 40s playing catch up.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time dabbling in my 20s. Actually, I feel like I was a bit more in a defined career at least in the beginning of my 20s, and I was on the path that you're supposed to be on. But ultimately, I decided to do something different, to start creating a life that I actually wanted. So, I guess a lesson that I would tell my 20-year-old self is to don't wait for someone else to tell you what path you should follow.
Yeah.
Decide what path you want to follow. Decide what you want your life to look like and start working toward that. Like, you don't have to follow any kind of defined path. But also be about your money.
Yeah.
Be about your money.
Definitely about your money.
Yeah, don't play around so much that, you're not stacking those coins early on. I mean, and with AI and the internet and all of these things that, we can use to make money now. Of course, I didn't have that in my 20s, but if I was telling my 20-year-old self something now, I would say, create your own path, but also get those coins.
Yeah, run the bag up. And then also, when you're creating that own path, you need to stick with it long enough so you can see it work out.
Oof.
Everything works long as you stick with it long enough, but also you need to do a little bit of reiteration and make it better. You can't stick with that path at the same pace you started out with without changing anything on the path. You need to just iterate and keep going. But if you jump from thing to thing to thing, you can end up nowhere real quick.
The easiest way to fail is to quit and try something. I don't know. It's hard because, yes, there is a point where it's time for you to try something new, try something else. But I do think I have been the kind of person that hasn't tried something long enough to see if it's working. And so I'll do it for some time, but it's not working. Let me do something else. But maybe I just should have given it time.
Yep.
Yes, I failed at it because I didn't give it enough time. So yes, I completely agree with that.
And sometimes worthwhile things take years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going, I did it for 3 weeks, it didn't work out. Hey, well, tough titty.
How committed are you going to be to it? Is it something you really want? Is it something you really believe in? How committed are you going to be to it?
All right, so I don't know if it's Dan Coe or Myron Golden or Alex Becker that said your friends in your 20s aren't going to be the friends you see success with. And that's not true for all people, but I think most people, to reach those absolute highs in success, you're going to have to surround yourself with people that are doing a lot better than you are. And I don't know anybody whose friends in their 20s were like killing. Maybe nowadays, but back then, we were some knuckleheads. And so a lot of those people I still love and think they're awesome, but some of them I hadn't talked to in years, a few of them I have. But what are your thoughts on that?
I'm thinking about it. So my best friend is still, we met in my 20s. I have a lot of really good friends that we might not talk every day, but, they're still, day one friends. Everyone else kind of just like people that have just fallen off. And not fallen off like in terms of their level, but just the closeness of the friendship just isn't the same. But
I was also thinking in your 20s and 30s, mainly in your 20s, fitness, a health regimen, some stretching, some movement exercises, some sprinting, some not getting home and just sitting down
20s and
on the
30s.
couch.
20s
Yeah.
and 30s. Because in your 20s, you're like, oh, whatever. It's like 30s, you're like,
I can't stay out and drink. It's like 40s. Oh, my knees, my back. What happened to me? You get up, it sounds like some Rice Krispie treats and milk in the morning times. But you got to take care of yourself, and it should start early.
Yeah, making it a habit. I think that's the main thing. Because I think, like my friends that were athletes, you can tell that they were athletes because your body does have muscle memory. And so getting started early with those types of habits, I think is a great thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
For me, in relationships, I would say walking away from situations earlier instead of trying to prove who you are, what you bring to the table, what you're worth. I think I would have, if my 20 or 30-year-old self would have learned that, I would be much better off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of wasted time, wasted years that,
Of course.
yeah, if I would have realized some things early on, I think would have been better. So if I were to go back in time, that's probably the number one thing I would say to my younger self.
Man, I should have went to Cleveland, you know.
I wasn't there. I left there in 2002, so you wouldn't
Okay,
found
hey,
me.
well, never mind. Never mind. All right, this video today was just going to be a short video, a couple little quick blurbs. You got us out here looking all contrasty in the sunlight. She's got one more point.
I have
Let's hit
something
on
to
that.
add.
Okay.
So I've said in past videos, I didn't start traveling until I was about 31 years old. I know that wasn't the case for you, but I would have told my younger self, travel early.
Yeah.
Travel early. It's not too expensive.
No.
You just have to look at the right places. You have to save your money, but it's not too expensive for you to travel. Travel early. You don't have to wait until... I had a long list of reasons why I couldn't travel or why I didn't want to travel, but I would tell my younger self to do that early because it literally changed my life. I mean, I met you traveling.
Yeah.
But yes, it literally changed my life. So I would tell anyone at any age, just travel.
Yeah.
Open yourself up to the world because
at least get out of your city. More importantly, you should get out of your country and go see how different countries and different people are. You'll find that the people, we kind of all do the same thing, but the cultures are vastly different, and it's pretty cool to kind of tie things together with your culture. Okay, well, that's it for this video. Those are a couple things you can do in your 20s and 30s to make sure you're on the right track to living a bomb, badass life.
That's all. Until tomorrow, we will see you guys tomorrow.
Yes, we'll see you tomorrow, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right, bye.